Just when you thought government waste could not possibly get any worse, have a look at this. It's been revealed in Senate estimates that public servants have been enrolled in drama classes at $25,000 cost to taxpayers, so these public servants can learn to communicate with empathy, which kind of begs the question, if you take acting classes to show empathy, do you then need follow-up acting classes to learn how to feign sincerity? The classes were provided for 13 top bureaucrats over 2 days at NIDA, the National Institute of Dramatic Art. Now, Claire Chandler, the Liberal senator, was outraged by this. She told Senate estimates, on the Albanese government's watch, Services Australia spent hundreds of thousands of taxpayers' money on speechwriters and drama classes, while Australians were left waiting months for their pensions to be approved. I suppose, Caleb and Liz, the advantage in this is for all those pensioners waiting, wondering where is my welfare check. At least when you ring Services Australia, you will get empathy, and not just empathy, but you'll get it with dramatic flair. She went on to say this is a typical example of the Albanese government's wasteful spending and bizarre priorities amidst a cost of living crisis. Liz, it kind of makes me wonder, how do you get to be a top bureaucrat overseeing thousands of people if you need to go to NIDA to learn skills in communication, let alone, showing basic empathy with people?
To be honest, I'm genuinely torn on this one, because while it seems laughable at face value, anyone who's ever tries to squeeze a drop of blood out of someone on the other end of the line, you're just trying to deal with one of these government departments, and these ones particularly oversee Centrelink and Medicare. So people are trying to make claims. They're at vulnerable points in their lives. These people do not care if you live or die. Now, luckily, I haven't had much to do with Medicare. I am in good health, always have been, thank the Lord. And neither have I had much to do with Centrelink, ever. But the exchanges that I have had with government entities, when I'm just trying to, sort out parking fines or dealing with Services New South Wales, who could do with this training, men's, maybe hit up NIDA, they are completely and utterly robotic. They are dealing with people on a daily basis who are incredibly vulnerable. They are not in a good place in their lives, hence them needing to communicate with you. And these people are downright horrible. I would go so far as to say low-key traumatic experiences with Service New South Wales. I am not kidding. I am no wallflower. I am no pushover, as you've probably figured out. But those guys took me to the edge of my sanity. And they're not even apt at their jobs to make up for the fact that they clearly do not give a crap. And so if it was those kinds of people that were receiving this training, I'd say taxpayer money well spent.
But wouldn't you go to a leadership coach rather than a drama coach?
Well, this is the thing, right? Because you get an acting lesson on how to show empathy. Now,
because they clearly have one.
To tell you people at home what empathy means, if you didn't already know. In fact, I think I'm telling this to the public service, what empathy means, because they don't seem to understand it. According to the Oxford Dictionary, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Now, I'm pretty sure if you take an acting lesson, you learn how to seem like you know to be empathetic. You don't actually learn how to be empathetic. I mean, just because you've had an acting lesson, it doesn't mean you actually understand the feelings of another person. It's just that you've been taught to deal with them in such a way that it makes it look like you understand how they're feeling. That's not empathy. That's fraud, is what that is.